Hello, it's Dale here. Okay, I'm back on one of my little drives again, making silk paper to add some photos in. Now, I've talked about this before. These are, when you get silk, there's so many silk products out there. These are cocoon strippings, and so when the little cocoons that you might have seen, little hard ones, this is the rubbish that's on the outside, and it's got natural sericin, and so when you apply heat and a liquid to it, you can colour it with a coloured, but I'm just going to make it with white. And I've done little videos about this in different sorts of ways, but we're sticking with the natural. Now you can see I'm not putting them down beautifully. I'm going to attach something to them. And of course they've got sericin and they catch my fingers and stuff, but don't worry about that. They're fabulous to work with, and just makes superb silk paper, silk fusion. And well, I've got lots of different samples. This is the one I've got for today. So this is what they look like. They look like cotton wool, and you could card them properly and all that sort of thing, but I'm just making a little tiny one here. And I've been doing I've done a lot of image transfer, and lots of people will know that because I'm always on about it. But at the moment I'm trying to master transferring on my jelly plate as another means of something to play with. So this is the image I've got from my holiday that I had earlier in the year that I'm still pottering along with. And I've done a variety, and sometimes they sort of work for me and sometimes they don't, but I'm persevering. And this is the little beach hut that I stayed in. So as you can see, some aren't very clear and some are, but there's all sorts of things. And little bits and pieces and other things that I've managed to get stuck on them. And this is what happens when your tissue is wet when you put it down. So anyway, I'm just going to tear it off, and this time I've printed them not onto tissue text, which I usually do, is I've used wet tissue, wet strength tissue, which is okay. But I think I probably prefer the Abacus, the tissue text better, but I've bought a whole lot of this, so I'm very happy with it. I like any of the, either that or a deli, anything that goes transparent. And so just forget my little piece, and I'll take the edge off there. I don't want that black paint showing, and a little bit off here. And then I'll just put it onto, onto here. Get that off. Give this a little spray. I haven't got a lot of fibres here, as you can see, so it's only a little miniature piece. And then I'll just put this onto it. Move all this stuff out of the way and give it a good wet down again. It's the sericin in it that glues it, so it's like a natural glue, and it's activated. I'll just put that into there with my iron. And it could be part of a piece that could be built up. Now, I've not tested it. I don't wash them. People ask that sort of thing. The art that I do is not for putting on clothes or washing. And so I'll turn it over the other side. You just need to let it cure a bit. So it's just another exploration of product. It's not really quite. So here it is attached to this. And you can see it's wet at the moment, but it is, there it is there. And around for our little framing, I'm going to take a rod. Now these are the rods that when they spin the silk off the cocoons, this is the waste that grabs hold of the rod, and that's why they're called silk carrier rods. And they've still got, some of them have still got to have the cocoon body, the outside, and invariably come clean, but it's just another bit of texture, so I'll just iron it flat. There's lots of things you can do with these, but for today I'm not even going down that path. And so there's layers, and I just want to get that layer apart here, just to best paid plans. There we go, that's it there. So again, we'll use it for a little frame. And we'll just do one each side here. give it a good wet, because it's got Sericin in too, but it's not as powerful as the Sericin, so it sometimes doesn't quite, they don't stick, but it doesn't matter. You can always get them down with other means. So put my thing back in here. And the iron is just on hot, steam on hot. And then I'll just turn it to the other side. Give it a good go in here. And back again, we lift it off. And that's it framed on two sides. It's got to dry and it's got to cure, so it's a bit floppy at the moment. But this is another one that I did earlier. And I was playing with watercolours and I made a big mess. But once it's wet, your watercolours will bleed, of course, if you wet it all up again. But you can add colour in any way that you like, of course, once you finish, if you've got crayons or oil pastels or anything that you like. So that's just a way that you can use an image. So this was a jelly printed one, and there'll be lots of them because I'll be working away until I am happy with it. But my feeling is that the way I work, they'll always be a bit different. I don't clean it off properly, etc, etc, etc. Now, if you're interested in silk, and I've had this is my friend Sarah Lawrence, who sadly has died now, but she's written what I would call the best book on silk, any sort of silk fibres, and it goes through all sorts of different silk fibres, and she shows you how to do, the rods, how to do things in a much more proper way than me. Here's the rods breaking up, you can roll them up, you can do all sorts of things with them, but it's a very, very comprehensive book. And the reason I'm playing it in a way is because it's out of print, but we just happen to have basically what's left now. I think the suppliers found a box or two hidden away, and it's only $20, and it really is the Bible for silk stuff if you're using it. There are a few other books around, but they don't come up to the same sort of standard. So just to remind you who I am, I'm Dale, and it's at the Thread Studio, and our website is a fabulous little labyrinth to go wandering. So I'll see you again next time. Bye.